Forseti, the Norse god of justice, is the son of Balder, the god of light and purity, and Nanna, a goddess associated with peace. Born into divinity, Forseti inherited his parents' traits: wisdom, fairness, and an unwavering commitment to harmony. His origins in Asgard, the realm of the gods, grant him unparalleled authority in matters of law and mediation. Unlike warlike deities such as Thor or Odin, Forseti embodies resolution through dialogue, a principle that would later influence Viking legal systems. His divine heritage establishes him as an incorruptible arbiter, a role he fulfills in the Radiant Hall of Glitnir. Glitnir, Forseti's hall, is a marvel of Norse mythology, its walls and pillars crafted from silver and gold, radiating light that symbolizes truth and clarity. Here, Forseti presides over disputes, offering counsel to both gods and mortals. The hall's brilliance is said to expose falsehoods, ensuring fair judgments. Unlike the chaotic battles of other gods, Glitnir operates on principles of peace and reasoned debate. This divine court became a model for human assemblies, inspiring Viking chieftains to adopt similar structures for resolving conflicts in their communities. In Viking Age Scandinavia, blood feuds between clans often spiraled into endless cycles of violence. One such feud, involving two powerful families, grew so dire that human mediators failed to resolve it. An elder, wise in the old ways, suggested seeking Forseti's intervention. The clans, desperate for peace, journeyed to Asgard. This moment highlights a key aspect of Norse belief: divine justice as a last resort when mortal systems faltered. Forseti's reputation as a fair mediator made him the ideal figure to intervene in such crises. At Glitnir, Forseti listened to both clans without bias, his presence calming the heated dispute. Unlike Odin's cunning or Thor's might, Forseti relied on wisdom and patience, guiding the feuding parties toward mutual agreement. He used a staff of peace, symbolizing authority without violence, to declare his judgments. This ritual emphasized dialogue over vengeance, a radical concept in a warrior culture. The clans, moved by his fairness, accepted the resolution, setting a precedent for peaceful conflict resolution in Norse society. Inspired by Forseti's methods, Viking chieftains established things, outdoor legal assemblies where disputes were settled publicly. These gatherings, held at sacred sites like ring-shaped stone arrangements, mirrored Glitnir's principles of transparency and fairness. Law speakers, often claiming divine guidance from Forseti, recited legal codes and mediated conflicts. The Thing system became central to Norse governance, fostering a culture where even warriors submitted to collective judgment. Forseti's influence thus bridged myth and reality, shaping early Scandinavian law. Forseti's guidance extended beyond myth. Law speakers reported visions of the god, who instructed them in fair judgment. These trance-like encounters were taken seriously, blending spirituality with legal practice. Forseti's teachings emphasized impartiality, evidence, and reconciliation, principles that elevated Norse law above mere retribution. Runic scrolls and staves, believed to channel his wisdom, became tools for rendering verdicts. This divine mentorship reinforced the idea that justice was not just a human endeavor but a sacred duty. A dispute over a stolen ancestral sword tested the Thing's adherence to Forseti's principles. The accuser lacked proof, but the accused bore a suspicious wound. The law speaker, invoking Forseti's methods, demanded oaths from witnesses and examined the evidence meticulously. Unlike earlier feuds, the verdict relied on procedure, not force. The sword was returned, and the guilty party compensated the owner, a triumph of structured justice over chaos. This case exemplified how Forseti's ideals transformed Viking society. While gods like Thor and Odin fought and perished in Ragnarok, Forseti was conspicuously absent from the battle. This omission is symbolic. Justice transcends even apocalyptic destruction. Glitnir, untouched by the flames, stood as a beacon of enduring order. Scholars interpret this as a metaphor for the resilience of legal systems amid societal collapse. Forseti's legacy, unlike the warlike Aesir, was not tied to violence but to the timeless need for fairness, a need that outlasts even the end of the world. As Scandinavia Christianized, Forseti's principles subtly merged with medieval law. The Thing assemblies evolved into early parliamentary systems, while concepts like sworn oaths and evidence-based rulings persisted. Monks recording legal codes may have unknowingly preserved Forseti's influence, as seen in the Gulating law of Norway. This syncretism highlights how pagan justice systems laid groundwork for European legal traditions, proving Forseti's ideals adaptable across religious and cultural shifts. Forseti's legacy endures in modern legal symbols, most notably the scales of justice. Lady Justice, a descendant of Forseti's imagery, embodies impartiality and fairness, principles he championed millennia ago. Courthouses worldwide display these motifs, often unknowingly echoing Norse mythology. From Glitnir's radiant halls to contemporary courtrooms, the cyclical nature of justice reveals how ancient ideals still shape our pursuit of equity, proving Forseti's timeless relevance.